If you're Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve card holders, you already know how awesome those cards are for travel perks and racking up ultimate rewards points. But what if I told you there's a way to supercharge your earnings, especially on your everyday purchases, without paying any extra annual fees? That's right. Pairing your Sapphire with one of Chase's Freedom cards, either the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited, can seriously boost your rewards game. These cards can give you more return on your everyday spend, which get even more valuable when you combine them with your Sapphire account. In this video, we're doing a full review of both the Chase Freedom Flex and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. We'll break down all their benefits, perks, and how you earn points, and then we'll dive into exactly how they work with your Sapphire card and how you help figure out which is the perfect fit for your wallet. Ready to level up your point strategy? Well, let's get into it. So why even bother adding another card when you already have the Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve card? Great question. Your Sapphire card gives you a fantastic boost when you redeem points for travel, so 25% more value with the Preferred and 50% more with the Reserve. But for everyday spending like groceries or online shopping, your Sapphire might only be earning you 1 point per dollar. This is where the Freedom cards shine. They offer much better earning rates on many of those everyday categories. And the best part, you can transfer the points you earn on your Freedom card directly to your Sapphire card. Those points then inherit the awesome Sapphire redemption bonus, so you earn faster with the Freedom cards and then redeem them for more value with the Sapphire cards. It's a win-win, and since the Freedom cards have no annual fee, it's a smart and cost-effective way to maximize your rewards. All right, let's talk about the Chase Freedom Flex. The Freedom Flex is known for its rotating 5% bonus categories. Each quarter, you earn 5% cash back, which actually comes as 5 ultimate rewards points per dollar on up to $1,500 in combined purchases in specific categories. You do need to activate these categories each quarter, but it's super easy to do online or in the Chase app. For example, for the second quarter of 2025, that's April 1st through June 30th, the 5% categories are Amazon purchases and select streaming services. So just think about how much you spend there. Past categories often include things like gas stations, grocery stores, and PayPal, which are my favorite categories and super easy to max out, especially if you like to buy gift cards and get a little creative with your spend. Beyond rotating categories, the Freedom Flex also gives you 5x points on travel booked through Chase Travel, 3x points on dining at restaurants, including takeout and delivery services, 3x points on drugstore purchases, and 1x on everything else. Great. So now we know what it earns, so what about the welcome bonus? Right now, the Freedom Flex has a welcome offer where you can earn a $200 bonus, that's 20,000 ultimate rewards points after you spend $500 in the first 3 months. And as I mentioned, it has a $0 annual fee. Plus, it often comes with a 0% intro APR on purchases and balance transfers for 15 months, and then a variable APR applies after that. The Freedom Flex is also cool because it's a MasterCard, which includes some cell phone protection. If you pay your monthly cell phone bill with your Freedom Flex, you can get up to $800 per claim against covered theft or damage. It also comes with trip cancellation and interruption insurance and purchase protection. These protections are not as good as the Sapphire cards though, so you'll likely want to use your Sapphire when it comes to booking travel if you want to have better travel protections. Next up, let's look at the Chase Freedom Unlimited. The Freedom Unlimited takes a more simple approach. Its standout feature is earning a flat 1.5% cash back or 1.5x points on all other purchases, so no rotating categories to keep track of for that base rate. But it also shares some of the great bonus categories with the Flex. You still get 5x points on travel purchased through Chase Travel, 3x points on dining at restaurants, and 3x points on drugstore purchases. The welcome offer for the Freedom Unlimited is currently the same as the Freedom Flex, so you earn a $200 bonus or 20,000 points after you spend $500 in your first 3 months. They both have a $0 annual fee and similar 0% intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers, and then again a variable APR after that. So in terms of benefits, it has similar travel and shopping protections like trip cancellation and interruption insurance and purchase protection. A key difference is that the Freedom Unlimited is a Visa card. This means that it's accepted at Costco, where MasterCards like the Freedom Flex generally aren't unless you're shopping online at Costco.com. So, Freedom Flex versus Freedom Unlimited. Both have no annual fee, both offer that 5x on Chase Travel and 3x on dining and drugstores. The real difference comes down to how you earn on everything else. With the Freedom Flex, you get that exciting 5x in rotating categories each quarter for up to $1,500 in spending, so a max of 7,500 points. For purchases outside of those categories, with the exception of like Chase Travel, dining, drugstores, then it gets 1x on all purchases. The Freedom Flex also has the cell phone protection as the unique MasterCard perk. And with the Freedom Unlimited, you get a solid 1.5x on all purchases, no matter the category, with no activation needed. It's all about simplicity and a higher base earning rate. Currently, at the time of this recording, the welcome offers are the same for both, a $200 bonus, so your decision really hinges on your spending style and which earning structure you prefer long term. Now, let's talk about how these Freedom cards supercharge your Sapphire points. It's simple. Once you've earned points on your Freedom card, you log into your Chase Ultimate Rewards account, and then you combine those points with your Sapphire Preferred or Sapphire Reserve. It's instant and it's free. And once those points are in your Sapphire account, with the Sapphire Preferred, they're worth 25% more when you redeem for travel through Chase Travel, so 1.25 cents per point. With the Sapphire Reserve, they're worth 50% more, a fantastic 1.5 cents per point for travel. So let's look at a quick example. Say it's second quarter in 2025 and Amazon is a 5x category for your Freedom Flex. You spend $1,200 on Amazon in those 3 months, which means that you'll earn 6,000 Ultimate Rewards points because you earn 5x on $1,200 in spend. You move those points to your Sapphire Preferred. Now they're worth $75 in travel value because 6,000 times 1.25 is 7,500. So that's like getting a 6.25% return on your Amazon shopping. If you had the Sapphire Reserve, those 6,000 points would be worth $90 in travel because 6,000 times 1.5 is 9,000. So that's an effective 7.5% return. Or transfer those points to an airline or hotel partner like World of Hyatt, and you could potentially get even more value like a hotel night that might be worth $200 plus per night. If you start transferring your points to Hyatt, you'd be surprised at how much value you can get. You can book a room for as little as 5,000 points in a Category 1 property. So here's another example. Let's say you use your Freedom Unlimited for $2,000 a month in miscellaneous spending. Stuff that doesn't usually hit bonus categories. You earn 3,000 points because it's 1.5x on $2,000. You move those points to your Sapphire Reserve. Now they're worth $45 in travel value because 3,000 times 1.5 is 4,500. That's an effective 2.25% return on all that everyday spending. See how powerful that is? You're earning more on the front end with the Freedom cards and then getting more on the back end with your Sapphire cards. Okay, decision time. Which Freedom card is the right wingman for your Sapphire? You can choose the Freedom Flex if you're a rewards optimizer. You don't mind tracking and activating those 5x categories each quarter. Your spending aligns well with the typical rotating categories like Amazon, grocery stores, or gas stations. You highly value that cell phone protection perk. And you already have other cards that earn at least 1.5x points on unbonus spend. You might choose the Freedom Unlimited if you prioritize simplicity. You want a great rewards rate without tracking categories. You want a higher guaranteed return on all of your miscellaneous spending, making it an excellent catch-all card. You shop at Costco warehouses where only Visa credit card is accepted in store. I think it's important to really look at what other cards you might already have. So let's say that you have the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card. That card already gives you unlimited 1.5x on every purchase. If you already have a card like that, then getting the Freedom Unlimited for its 1.5% on everything else might feel a bit redundant, right? You've already got that base covered. In that scenario, the Freedom Flex becomes a much more compelling choice. You'd use your Ink Unlimited for all of your general spending to get that 1.5x, and then add the Freedom Flex to specifically target the 5x rotating categories for your personal spending. This way, you're maximizing different types of rewards across your cards instead of overlapping. You may also have other rewards cards that earn even more for unbonus spend, like the Capital One Venture or Venture X cards that receive 2x on all purchases. If you value Capital One points and Chase Ultimate Rewards points similarly, then those two cards would outshine the Freedom Unlimited card. Since the welcome offers are currently the same for both the personal Freedom cards, then it really comes down to your spending habits and what cards are already in your wallet and how much effort you want to put into maximizing your categories. Now, for the true points maximizers out there, you might be thinking, can I get both the Freedom cards? And the answer is yes. Use the Flex for purchases in active 5x rotating categories up to the $1,500 quarterly cap, and then use either card for the 5x on Chase Travel, 3x on dining, and 3x at drugstores. And then use the Unlimited card for all other personal purchases to earn that flat 1.5%. Unless, of course, you have that Ink Unlimited covering your 1.5x needs, as we just discussed. Then you combine all of those points into your Sapphire account for maximum redemption value. And for you long-term players, there's a more advanced strategy that many Sapphire owners use, which is the Sapphire downgrade and reapply. So here's the deal. If you've had your Sapphire card for a while, specifically if it's been 48 months or more since your last Sapphire welcome bonus posted, and you've had the card for at least a year, then you might be eligible for another welcome bonus. Here's how it generally works. So you call Chase and ask to product change your existing Sapphire Preferred or Reserve to a Freedom Flex or Freedom Unlimited card. Timing this around when your annual fee post can often get you a refund of that fee as well. Give it a little time, say 7 days or so for safety, for Chase's systems to update that you no longer hold a Sapphire card, and then you're going to submit a new application for the Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve. If approved, you're going to meet the minimum spending requirement, and boom, another big welcome bonus. For example, the Sapphire Preferred has been seen with offers as high as 100,000 bonus points, which is huge. So why do this? Well, it'll save you a 524 slot. A product change doesn't count as a new account for Chase's 524 rule, so that keeps you eligible for other Chase cards down the road. And the sign-up bonuses for the Freedom cards are usually not compelling enough to sacrifice a 524 slot and keep you out of getting other Chase cards with higher sign-up bonuses. You also become eligible for another Sapphire bonus because you don't currently hold a Sapphire card and it's been 48 plus months since your last one. So of course you want to churn that Sapphire and earn another welcome bonus since you're eligible. There are some important caveats with this. You'll temporarily lose your Sapphire benefits like higher portal redemption rates and transfer partners the moment you downgrade. You also don't get a bonus for the product change itself. The bonus comes from a new application. And of course, Chase's rules and offers can change, so always verify current terms. This strategy needs careful timing and understanding, so it's a good idea to keep track of when you opened your cards and received bonuses. Don't make a mistake and downgrade your Sapphire too quickly if you actually aren't eligible for a new card, like if you're already at 524 or higher, or it's been less than 48 months since you earned the bonus. Because if you downgrade your only Sapphire that you have in your household and you don't have like an Ink Preferred card, then you won't be able to transfer your points to travel partners if you can't get another Sapphire card. So my strategy for the Freedom cards. Right now we have a couple Freedom Flexes in our household because we max out the rotating categories. I especially love when the categories are gas stations or grocery because I can easily max those out by purchasing gift cards. And when I'm eligible to downgrade my Sapphire to another Freedom card, I'm going to continue to choose a Freedom Flex for a few reasons. So one, I highly value the rotating categories, and there are some categories that I want more bandwidth so that I can rack up more points, like grocery and gas. Two, I already have an Ink Unlimited and other cards that earn at least 1.5x or I don't need the Freedom Unlimited for that. And three, because you can product change into several of the same type of Freedom card, but once you have one of the flavors, you cannot sign up for that same flavor directly. So I'm intentionally saving that Freedom Unlimited spot for a possible sign up. Wait, why am I doing that? I just made a really strong case for why I value the Freedom Flex over the Freedom Unlimited. So why would I potentially want to sign up for an unlimited card down the road? So in the past, even as recent as a few months ago, Chase offered a double cash back for the first year promo on the Freedom Unlimited. So that meant that instead of earning 1.5x, you were earning 3x on everything, 10x on travel through Chase, 6x on dining and drugstores. So here's what happened. Strategic users maxed out large expenses, taxes, business inventory, tuition, prepaying certain bills, etc. Others stacked with PayPal, gift cards, or used companies like Plastic to pay for things that typically won't allow you to use a credit card. So if you spend $100,000 in a year at 3x back, that's 300,000 points right there. And with the boosted categories, some people reportedly racked up 1 million plus points during that promo period. Currently, Chase no longer offers a version of that promo, but if they bring it back, it's one of the best sign-up offers that they've ever had on the no annual fee cards. And if you have a high capacity for spend, then that's pretty compelling. So because I don't have a need for the Freedom Unlimited right now, I'm holding out. I'm also over 524 right now, so I have to wait it out anyways for another Chase card. So there you have it. Both the Chase Freedom Flex and Chase Freedom Unlimited are fantastic no annual fee cards. They become really strong when you pair them with the Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve, turning everyday spending into serious travel points. The choice between the Freedom Flex and Unlimited really depends on whether you love chasing those 5x rotating categories or prefer simple, consistent earnings of the Unlimited. And also what other cards you're already working with, like the Ink Business Unlimited. Take a look at your spending, think about what perks matter the most to you, and pick the Freedom card that will best accelerate your journey towards your next amazing reward. You may end up with both of them in your wallet eventually anyways, just based on your strategy. So which Freedom card are you leaning towards? Or are you already using one with your Sapphire? Let me know down in the comments. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more credit card tips and travel hacks. If you're ready to apply for any of the cards that we discussed today, then you can find some links in the description below. Using those links helps support my channel at no extra cost to you, and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.